to GoldBoys Live, presented by Pickett Sports. Sleeper picks, me, Josh, and Brian. Brian, Josh, and I think is the proper way to say that because you're supposed to introduce yourself last. Basic
Yeah,
grammar. I start the show off on a bad note. Hopefully
it's
it goes
okay.
up from here. Boys, what's going on? We'll talk some in-season tournaments, some NFL maybe. It got a little weird last night, the fouling and the point differential. I admit, like we were talking about the other day, did you like it or
hack a
not? You know,
drumming.
like, oh, it's too confusing. But last night was fun. Anything you can to mix up the continuity of the season. You know, you got some weird stuff happening. Teams try to win by certain amounts, up 32 fouling, just weird stuff all the way around. Warriors maybe at the end playing for overtime so they get point differential. I was into it a little bit. So I don't know what you guys thought, takeaways from last night and going
Yeah,
into tonight.
I'll start us off too by saying for the first time in the last few months we've been doing this show, I want to give Josh credit. He had
Thank
a
you.
really good read on
Thank
the
you.
Knicks. I kind of
Taking
mentioned
a while.
yesterday when I had some props in that game. I had the right kind of idea that people would be playing late in the game, but just
Yep.
overcomplicated things. Taking the
Yep.
spread and laddering it up like Josh did was definitely a really good call. So I think it was a little frustrating on my end to kind of know before the game, like, oh, this is gonna happen like in this way or the other, and then not capitalizing as well as I think I could have done, which was a little.
Before Josh accepts his flowers, he had a really convincing case on Lillard under 26 and a half points. I put my life savings on the under, and he had 32, so I have no more
Oh.
money. But yeah, it was a good call.
I will say this to kind of like continue with the conversation about having these things. I actually went to bed early last night, so I didn't watch the end of the Kings game because I just like was tired as hell. But before half, I put a unit on the Kings plus 11 and a half because they were down 16, and I only did it because I saw a tweet saying, "Oh, the Kings need to keep it close because if they lose by more than 11, they get eliminated." So I was like, "Oh, maybe this line shouldn't be 11 and a half because I didn't expect them to win." When I woke up, I was shocked, but I took it as a wow. If they're down like 10, maybe they'll play hard to get to that, that to keep it within 11 rather than just accepting it and pulling people. Because I thought 11 and a half was like really sweet, and then I saw they won. And I felt like an idiot after the fact.
Yeah, well, a couple of things with that game. Draymond Green is finally out knuckleheaded his value. Like it's now actually detrimental to have him on the floor. He was playing great, and then he flopped. Didn't get the call. Went off on the refs about the flop. Then just like got a technical, was fouling everybody. Had to come out of the game and just broke him down. Mike Brown now has a complete hold on that team. He realized honestly, just don't let Steph Curry have the like every time Steph Curry had the ball, there was at least two, if not three guys on him. He had to pass it. He got frustrated. That was the end of the game right there. So yeah, the in season tournament stuff though, yeah, I'm really into this now with the points and the fact that we know stuff. Put out a little 9-1. Did miss the Lillard bet. Thank you for pointing that out there, Will. That's a great call. But yeah, on the night was still 3-1 with the picks that we gave out, so felt pretty good.
Yeah, I saw your video about taking the Knicks 20 plus, like plus 400 or whatever it was, and I was like, oh, like whatever. I forget what it was, plus 200. I forget what you
Yeah,
put it on, but yeah, and I saw that. I'm like, oh, I
yeah.
should tail that, and I
But it was the
forgot,
same
and I
thing.
was
I
like,
I,
fuck
I
Josh.
parlayed it. I did the ladder on FanDuel all the way up, but I also parlayed it briefly with the Celtics. Had to win by 23 to try to overtake the Magic. I
Celtics was
still,
like a funny
still,
game.
we
Hackett
still didn't
Drummond
really
up
get it. But
30.
yeah, yeah.
They were
Joe
they were
Mazzulla.
doing the yeah, they were doing the Hackett Drummond, which I thought was so funny just to kind of
Yeah.
see that going on.
It was, and it made, like I said, it made it weird, different, and it's funny. Like the coach, like it shows. Man, I'd be concerned. First of all, the Bulls announcers whining like little babies. This is a bad look. Poor spot. I mean, get over it. This isn't like little league baseball.
Come on, man.
These guys are fine. They're making
Yeah.
tens of millions of dollars. This coming on the heels yesterday of Paul George saying, "Man, we have it so tough. Nobody else gets criticized their job." Yeah, if you want a 9 to 5 job, get a 9 to 5 job and see if that'll pay you $40 million a year. God, these guys are babies, but.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, it concerned me if I'm the Bulls. Like my coach doesn't know like the basic strategy of the rules. Like it's point differential. There's a reason they're doing
And
it.
I'll
Like
say this:
Did Billy
want to
G say he
get
doesn't know the rules?
if you don't want to get hacked down 30, don't be down 30. Like I don't know,
No,
like
no,
or take
no,
Drummond
no,
out. Like
no, no. It's yeah. Honestly, if you want to take this point as far as you can, Andre Drummond, make a fucking free throw or like
yeah.
don't play in the NBA. It's a massive part of the game. You can't shoot 38% from the free
And of
throw line
course
to
he
be an
missed
actual
both.
player. I don't care about any of that shit. Like hack whoever you want. You can't make a free throw. Don't play basketball. It's that simple.
Yep. What have
yeah.
we learned from the tournament though? Because I feel like there are some advantages here that kind of I don't know. I feel like with some missed opportunities to exploit this. I don't know. A couple things, and I'm curious what you guys think. A couple things that I've sort of noticed that maybe that are beatable, and who knows if they'll get fixed. Live betting. I don't know if the live betting algorithm knows the point differential needs. It'd be hard to factor that into a computer where, hey,
Yeah.
it's just it's very. I feel like the live betting algorithm is very formulaic. Where hey, they're a 9-point favorite and they're down by 6, and it just spits out an equation where it doesn't quite capture the human incentive of hey, this team wants to win by 30 plus. Most NBA games that when they're a blowout, they tend to get closer at the end where the team that's down tries harder, things like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's exploitable. Plus just the fact
real
of
quick, Will, on that same point though, before you go away from that point, the other thing is how is it supposed to calculate another, like there's 2 or 3 other games going on at the same, at least 1 or 2 other games going on at the same time that impact that game's point of like what matters for that game. You know what I mean? So like if the Knicks aren't winning by 20, other teams would have more incentive to like actually keep going because they have a chance. But the Knicks already blew out the Hornets, so no one got that wild card spot, you know? The algorithm has no idea what it's doing.
And like not to harp on the same point I already brought up, because obviously you can't really share it as easily live betting as you would want to. But same thing with that like Kings game, like I said, FanDuel had it 9.5, DraftKings had it 11.5, and when I like if you know they need to keep within 11, it's like that 2 points could mean the world. Like of course in that situation they end up winning the game. But if you, like I said, if it was a 12-point game and there was 33 seconds left, they're not going to dribble out the ball. They're going to take to the cup and do whatever they can to keep it in that point differential. Because it's one thing to be like, oh, how often these guys really care about this tournament? But if you tell a team, hey, if you want to get this extra $1 million, the last thing you need to, the chance you need to do is just make a dunk with a second left. And they're like, oh yeah, I could do that. Like it's little things like that.
And how hilarious is it? What Will brought up, the Warriors then were up by like 5. They needed to win by 11. There's only like a minute and a half left. Part of you is like, do we just go to overtime on purpose if we can? Like, the take that I made 2 days ago, by the way, of this is going to be good. Don't worry about it. Kind of aging pretty well.
No, it is because I think I saw a lot of people on Twitter fully cave into the fact that like, wow, last night was awesome. Like, they really felt into it, which is nice.
And it felt in I think part of the reason it hasn't hit home for me, it's like it's in the middle of football. College football's on, NFL's on. We finally got a night like college football's
Tuesday
over.
Night,
It's a Tuesday night. There's nothing else going on. College basketball hasn't really, come into the picture yet. It's just it was the right time for it to have a nice night. Going forward, are the futures mispriced with this too? Just like thinking next year where, hey, it's random. It's random who's going to care, who's not. So take a shot with some of these long shots. Or some of those mispriced, do you think, going forward?
At the beginning of the tournament?
Yeah, just because some of these teams that we wouldn't have expected were live, these Orlando teams. And by the way, I mean, you guys are on top of this. Who is still, I don't want to put you on the spot. Who is still in it? Where are we at right now? Like what?
Pacers, Bucks, Magic, Knicks.
So this is this is the stage we're in. What is this? A quarterfinal?
Quarterfinals, yeah.
Okay, so that's one side. Well,
sorry, conference semis, right? Yeah, quarterfinals, yeah.
And what's the other side? Because I know the Suns did make it.
Suns, Rockets, and I think I forgot the other 2.
Okay, it's Suns, Rockets.
I can pull up
Kings and Pelicans, right? Oh no,
yeah,
Kings and Pelicans.
Oh yeah, Kings and Pelicans. Kings are 4-0 in it. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Call.
So there's 8 teams left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get to Vegas finally.
Like
okay,
Lakers,
so I thought the
Suns,
semis.
Kings,
I thought the semis and the finals were in Vegas.
The semis, you're right.
Okay,
man. Hey, bear with us. First.
No, I know
that's year of this thing.
It's fun, but I don't know if there's a way to simplify it for just people. You don't want to have to sit there and study it too much because it's still like as much as I agree, it has been fun. Yeah, Powell said Lakers. It is still a little convoluted in terms of who's in what group and
Lakers versus the Suns. Yeah, Lakers Suns are the 1 and 4 on that side.
Yeah, there's a
and when are these games? Sorry, I'm throwing a lot.
Yeah, so the first
4th and 5th
Tuesday. Yeah.
4th and 5th. I mean,
got it.
Adam Silver's not stupid. He's doing it on Tuesdays and other days where there's nothing else
Mondays,
to
they went up against that Saturday, the Army Navy, where there's not a lot other than that football game. So
I know. I think in my
right.
schedule, I think the majority of them have been on like they're trying as well. I feel like you just can't do it every.
Which you have to. You can't. You can't do it on a Sunday NFL. You can't.
Oh, dude, my bad. Boston made it in because. They were able to. So the thing was, is they had to. Who lost? Brooklyn or somebody lost that they were
Raptors, Nets.
Raptors lost, so they leapfrogged them. I think the Cavs also beat the Hawks. All these things happened in a way that like the Celtics had to win by 23 to leapfrog the Magic because they had a 22-point differential. But they also needed other teams to lose, so that's why the Celtics are still in. My bad, because that was my preseason bet. And I was about to say, like, so I still have like them at 7-1 to win the whole thing, the in-season tourney for the Celtics. And I think I know I was undervaluing the Magic. So to your question earlier, Will, like it's tough because you really have to find those niche teams like the Magic who are going to take a legit leap forward from like a below 500 team to right now winning 66% of their games. You know what I mean? So like that's tough. I don't know how you do you think that maybe they care more? Like I think the Celtics and Missoula showed that they give a shit because they're hacking Drummond with 7 minutes left.
You know, it's funny. I could have just Googled this and popped up in 2 seconds. So Pacers,
Yeah.
Celtics, Monday, December 4th at 7:30.
Yeah.
Bucks, Knicks, Tuesday, December 5th at 7:30. That'll be fun. I'll be into that. Monday, December 4th at 10 p.m. Kings, Pelicans. Tuesday, December 5th, Lakers, Suns. So you got 2 games Monday, 2 games Tuesday. The East final plays on Thursday, December 7th, and then the final is that Saturday, the day of the Army Navy game. I guess a week from this Saturday. So whatever. 10
I'll tell you
days from
what.
now.
I'll say this to
It'll be
Adam
fun.
Silver and the NBA. I'll likely be tuning into the in-season tournament instead of watching what Jake Browning and the Bengals on Monday Night Football. So
Yeah.
I give them that much
Ooh,
because the
you know
Bengals
it would be an
play Monday
awesome
night.
bet. And you know it would be an awesome bet because you keep bringing up fucking Army Navy, Will.
Well, I'm saying that they're putting in. I'm not bringing it up. I'm just saying
I
they
know,
put it on a
I'm
day where there's the college football sort of dies off because I think the
Right.
following Saturday is bowls. This Saturday is all the SEC championship games. So they found
Yeah.
a dead spot for it.
But it's a good point. And what a fun bet would be is like if like the Pacers are in it or something, it's like Pacers Bucks. It's like Pacers team total versus like Army passing yards or something like that. Like
Yeah,
those
you
are
could do
probably
like
pretty
Buddy
fun.
Hield points versus Army points scored. You could definitely find
Yeah.
some
that'd
fun
be fun.
cross
I'm sure if sportsbooks are smart, they will do their best to find those like cross sport type boost things that they like to do.
Yeah, they could do better at marketing. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know.
Is
I
there
don't have
value
a
still
bet for
on
this.
anyone to win this? I'll pull up these odds here at
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring
DraftKings.
up.
Go for it. Do you have anything top of your
It's
mind
tough
before we
to
get to the
cap
games
it,
tonight?
man. It's really tough to cap it. But like the Celtics are the best team left in this thing for sure. So I still feel good about my 7-1 for them. I don't know where to go else with it, honestly. I mean,
Plus 380. So Celtics plus 380, Bucks plus 425. Oh no, I'm looking at the regular tournament. I'm sorry. This is a little convoluted the way they set it up. All right, Celtics plus 300, Bucks plus 340, Lakers plus 550, Kings plus 550, Suns plus 650, Pelicans are 12-1, Pacers are 13-1, Knicks are 14-1. Is there a bet to be made there? I still kind of like my Suns plus 650, although I mean it's still here. You're still hitting a 3-team parlay. A 3-team parlay pays 6-1. As long as you got Durant back.
650? Suns.
My
Bradley Beal experiment's failing.
My 20-1 looks pretty good.
For what?
Suns
to win it all.
To win this tournament, yeah.
Oh, to win this tournament. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had the in-season tournament for them. Oh, nice, dude. No, that looks fine. Totally. KD's got to keep taking over every game, but no, I'm not going to place another bet. If I had to right now, I would definitely be leaning towards the dogs, though. Honestly,
like, which one? You got $100 free bet. Who would you pick? Who would it go on?
Can you read the like bottom 3 teams again?
Yeah, so I'll just go. Kings are plus 550, Suns are plus 650, Pelicans are 12-1, Pacers 13-1, Knicks are 14-1.
Yeah, I might hit like the bottom 3 there. Pacers, Knicks.
There's not one that jumps out to you.
No, I mean Pacers and Knicks. Like I'm looking at these try hard ass teams. You know,
that's why I think if I had nothing in pocket, and I just wanted some action. I think the Knicks at 14-1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're gonna try, like you said, they're gonna try. They've got sort of a high floor. Now you're gonna have to go through the Bucks and the Celtics.
Go through the Bucks. Yeah.
And probably the Celtics too, and then the West champ. So that is a tough road. I think it's properly priced. Like I mean, we could sit here and talk about it, but there's a difference between talking about it and actually making the bet.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's a bet here. I don't know. Do you guys disagree or no?
No.
Yeah, I think it's like as Josh said, it's such a cop out answer, but it is such a hard thing to cap, especially when there's still, like you said, 3 teams, like three game parlay or whatever you want to call it. It's tough to cap something that you've also never seen before because, like you said, the Celtics are hacking up 30. Like some teams definitely care more than others, right? Like I feel like it's easy to say. Like, oh,
well,
like
if you got a young team, those guys aren't making that. I mean, they're making real money in terms of real life. But if you got a young team, like $500,000's a lot to a younger player if you're on like the minimum or a rookie salary.
It's a mill if you win it,
right? And I think
$500K if you lose.
We see this in the Pro Bowl a lot, where there's incentives to win the Pro Bowl in like the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. They don't really care, but by the fourth quarter, like, you know what, that money's right there. When you get to the end of it, you get a little more motivated. You can smell the money. You're like, all right, that money's in front of me now. So maybe there's a little element of that to it.
Just
Yeah.
a quick point. I love LeBron for being like, yo, I'm really trying to win this tournament so that like I can help get my teammates paid because this is life changing money for some guys. I'm like, you could probably also just give him $1 million if you wanted to. You'd be all right.
Yeah, but
But anyway, we move on.
yeah, you play in the league for 20 years. You give these guys $1 million each, then
You're
you
a
have
bit.
to give $1 million to everybody else. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought LeBron James though, because I want to give out a bet because I think it might be moving a little bit. But if you have points bet or MGM, it's -115. I did take LeBron James. I never bet on LeBron James, but I did take him over 32.5 points / rebounds tonight. I just think
Dude.
if he doesn't play, it's one thing, but he's coming off the worst loss of his career. He's kind of been getting dragged through the mud. Like every interview and every like media outlet. Is that you, Josh? Or is that
No.
Will?
My wife left
No.
her phone in here, and she's like, I think has a thing where she can try to
Uh,
alert where to
I
find
was
Oh
it.
like,
yeah,
I
I was
was
gonna
like,
say,
And
just
I'm
I was
trying to
like,
go
is
to
there?
text her of like how to.
I
Yeah,
was thinking, that maybe it was like an Adam Schefter type phone where Will had to run off because someone just got blockbuster traded. No, but I was gonna
no,
say it
yeah.
was
well, my
That
bright
was one
idea
of
was
his
to
runners.
text her and let her know the phone was in here, but that
That was
doesn't
one of
work
his
when I
runners
have
in
the
Vegas.
phone.
yeah. I was gonna say it was anyway. LeBron James over 32.5
Yeah,
points /
I like
rebounds.
that. My buddy hit me with that one too.
Pistons are just such a fast-paced, bad defensive team.
Yeah.
I know that the worry is that they play in the front end of a back-to-back, but no hate towards LeBron. Le- I could see LeBron totally playing in the soft matchup and then resting tomorrow against OKC. That's like a much tougher overall game. Like I
I
feel
see
like
what
that's
you're
kind
saying.
of the MO is, you know, put up 40 against the bad teams and then rest against the teams that you
Is
actually gonna lose
tomorrow? Is
against.
tomorrow? He has a back-to-back tomorrow against
Yeah,
the Thunder.
they play against the Thunder.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I'm just I don't know. These lines aren't up. I'm looking now.
Oh yeah.
But like
I love
if you were
OKC
to
tomorrow. I'm gonna bet
if you
OKC
were
as early as
if you were to
possible.
if you were to guess what game LeBron sits against, I would think it'd be tomorrow. I don't know if he would, you know what I mean, like
Yeah,
trash the Pistons. Someone in the chat said the narrative play also with Bron and Stu.
yeah, I could
Yeah,
see that.
if you remember, Isaiah Stewart and LeBron James hate each other, so
Yeah.
Right.
it's just a matter of LeBron bad 40-point loss. He had 0 rebounds, and I just keep seeing everyone bring up the fact that he just had no motor or didn't
Yeah.
get a rebound or this, that, or the other. I just don't see how in this matchup he doesn't give up like a 30-10 game and just
So
be
here's the
super
only
aggressive
thing.
on the board.
Here's two ways. I agree with you entirely. Here's the way I'm looking at it though. With that same logic, is if he wants to play tomorrow night, he's got to just like end this game in the first half. So the first quarter is 5.5 points for him. That was too low. I thought that I took that. The
That's
rebounds were
actually not
also
a bad
2.5.
angle as well.
Yeah, but like I still think the points and rebounds are a great angle. So I'm with you. My buddy told me.
I actually added the rebounds just in case the game gets out of the hand because if Pistons are missing a lot of shots, like I said, after a 0 rebound game, I wouldn't be surprised if he grabs 12 rebounds and it kind of saves the play in general if he does
Yeah,
hit the fourth because we know he can rack up the boards if he wants to. So
he's
I
gonna
think
have
it's
to.
one of
Yeah.
those. I think it's just one of those games where he should just you know, destroy that the inside matchup, especially because Anthony Davis is getting a lot of love too. But give Duran like Jalen Duran credit.
So
Like
good.
it's not like a super soft matchup for AD where he's gonna
No.
come in and be able to cook. He gets a lot of length. So I think
Duran's a future like all defensive NBA first team center. So for like no question. I'll throw that in with a Orlando Magic money line parlay. Magic are gonna smash the Wizards tonight, and I also took them 9.5. I don't know if there's any left, but I would still hit it at 10.5. Like they're winning this game by double digits. They own everything. That like the paint is about to be theirs. Washington's not gonna get their threes off because they just rush you at the 3-point line, make you go down into the trees. They're averaging 118 points per game at home with an 11.3 margin of victory in their home games. It's really good on the road, but still better there. They're getting all the second chance points. Washington hemorrhages the third most of those. Like there's just no matchup that they're not exponentially better than the Wizards at. So that's my favorite side for sure. And then my favorite prop of the day is I wish Brad was here for it. Jordan Poole under 18.5 points. It's
and
enough of
over
this
two and
Jordan
a half
Poole stuff.
turnovers.
Yeah, dude, they're about to play the Magic. Jalen Suggs is another
Yeah.
all-team defender at shooting guard. Dude is nice right now. They limit second fewest. They limit shooting guards the second fewest amount of points per game. Jordan Poole sucks. I don't know what to tell you. He's gone under in 7 of his last 10. The only 3 he went over. Once versus Charlotte and 2 versus that incredible Milwaukee backcourt. He just smoked them for over 18, but nobody else. So
Yeah.
not
No, I
against
like
Orlando,
that.
dude.
I think it's a good look. I do think
Yeah.
I want to bring this up to Will because I know Will is like smart sometimes in how he does his parlays and whatnot. We talked yesterday
Sometimes.
about ESPN bet.
Oh boy.
I I wanted to bring this up because talking about the in-season tournament, I've got quickly limited by ESPN bet. So yesterday I had a lot of plays where I actually had way too much handle tied into the Knicks money line, strictly because I'm trying to get more of those like minus 600 to minus 800 parlays into legs. So like, because if books see you do that, they're gonna be like, oh, give this guy a little bit more limit. So
Yeah,
it was kind of
smart.
funny that there was a point where there was like the third quarter, and it's like, and the Hornets are in two, and I'm like, there's no way they're gonna actually win this game, right? Like
Right.
I have my CD Lamb bet tied to this. I have my this bet tied. I was like, they're not gonna lose
It's
this
all fun
game,
and
right?
games until it
And
All
gets
it's so
fun
real.
and
like,
games until Jokic doesn't
like,
get a double-double.
but it's just so funny because my brother Josh and I were watching. He's 19, so he gets sports betting a lot just because it's my work. But like, he was like, "Oh, they'll win." I'm like, "I know that, but like, you
Yeah.
don't understand that. Like, if you have the stake in it, it's like you have to at least start thinking they're not gonna do this, right?"
Yeah.
By the way, Magic money line, Cowboys money line, Chiefs money line against the Packers. Does play at DraftKings plus 106 if you want to just, hey, I mean, these things are a little bit suckery where it's like, oh, who's going to lose that? All it takes is one, but that's one that might end up in the account. I don't know. Magic, Cowboys, Chiefs money
Oh,
line.
Magic, Cowboys, Chiefs. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are the chefs playing again?
Packers
Oh, right. I thought you said
in Green
Packers.
Bay.
Yeah, I hate Green Bay.
Yeah, they played a little better though. I don't know.
I know Jordan Love. I can't get the beat on Jordan Love. As soon as start turning
Yeah.
up, he starts playing well.
Yeah, he was decent the other day.
What's that?
It's
Is that a
interesting.
weird 5.5 point spread or something? Oh, it's 6. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And if you're at the
Round
last leg, you can. I mean, that's not a terrible bet.
No.
How about this? Chet and Wemby are pretty much co-favorites for Rookie of the Year. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on that.
Chet is Rookie of the
I
Year.
have. I bet Mosley 50-1 Coach of the Year. He's now 5-1. Problem is, I bet him last year 50-1 Coach of the Year. If he wins it this year, I'm gonna
my
be so
God,
pissed.
Will.
I'm gonna be so
Yeah.
mad. Yeah, what's the saying? If you're early, you're wrong. So I was early.
But
I
you
was
didn't hit
wrong.
it this year, right? Because you were
No.
mad about last year.
I mean, I just thought they could make the leap last year, and I'm like, oh, that's stupid. I still don't think he's going to win. I think you pretty much have to be based on history, the precedent of this. You have to be like a top 4 seed. I still don't think Orlando's going to do it. I would say, what you think they could be a top 4 seed? That seems like a lot.
It seems crazy.
I think Dagnall has a better chance. They're both 5-1. I don't know if there's a bet there.
You
Finch
think the
is
Thunder?
6-1.
You think the Thunder have a better chance of being a
Yeah.
top 4 seed in the West?
Thunder are good. Thunder are legit good.
West is so much
Thunder are
better than anything, but
I know. But the Thunder,
well,
the
hold on.
Thunder
So
are just
Philly
Did they cover last night? I forgot what was the final
landed
score?
right on the number. Depends when you bet it. It was 3. They landed on 3. If you,
Yeah, but I saw SJ at a really clutch dunk. It was important to some. It was one of those games where they're going to lose, but he had a dunk which pushed that number. Or if you had his points prop, it cash over. So it's always funny to watch those things where I didn't have him at 30.5, 32.5, or 31.5, but he made that dunk, and I was like, oh, that made a lot of people happy right there.
that would be a fun little playoff series. Timberwolves Thunder. That was a competitive game last night.
It's always great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good division rivalry. You know, it was the worst beat of the night last night. De'Aaron Fox was at, I think he scored 28, or it was either 20 or 29, and he
29.
missed 8 free throws.
Oof.
Yeah.
He was 8 or 9 of 17 from the line, 17 free throws, and he couldn't get his over 29 points.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one thing. If you have Wemby futures on Rookie of the Year, games like last night are probably like not like helpful because Chet still had like 16-8, 16-8-6, I think.
Yeah.
But I think he shot like 6 or 21. So that's what you're banking on if you're Wemby futures is you need Chet's efficiency to go down, because that's the one thing he's really just killing him with is his true shooting and efficiency is just so much better that it looks really, really bad on a stat sheet if you are trying to make a case for Wemby, where it's like, oh, the difference between like 58 and 44 or 45% is just crazy.
Obviously, Chet's getting easy shots.
Well, yeah, I get that.
At times, but yeah,
there's context and everything. I'm just saying if I'm looking at 2 box scores or 2 like season stats, it's gross if you're trying to make a case for that.
the fact that we're really like, yo, who would you rather have right now? It's a legit question.
Yeah,
the fact that we're saying that,
FanDuel will be under scrutiny with their Wemby boost, where they boosted them from like what -700 to +100 for the start of the season.
How about Scoot? A lot of people like 200-1 for Rookie of the Year. My goodness, that's crazy.
Is that really his?
Yeah.
Wow.
200-1 or 20-1?
200.
Oh, right. Oh, right now it is. You're saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
people were giving them out, betting them, like people I follow and respect, at like 2-1, 3-1 for Rookie of the Year
Early in the year, yeah.
Yeah, before the year, during the summer and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, if you like him at 3-1, you would like him at 25-1, right? Or
Who's that?
Scoot.
Dude.
No,
Actually, it's
200.
250-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying 200-1 at DraftKings. That's basically.
I had to say,
it.
that's what I meant to say. If you liked him at 2-1, you love him at 200-1.
Yeah.
Man.
Do you guys have anything else? I got to roll in 1 sec.
Why? What do you have to do?
At 9:30, I have another recording.
For what?
Oh, nice.
I'm not telling you.
Oh,
you want
yeah,
to know
he's
what my
being
recording's
sketchy. Yeah.
No, it's not sketchy at all. You can come on if you want. It's for my individual broadcast.
All right. Are you
Like,
buying
Monday
it or
or
no,
something?
Brian?
I will
Oh.
send you guys the episode right after this. Head over to Land Your Bets on YouTube if you want as well. Just
Didn't I do one of those
Okay.
shows with you once about the Sixers?
Yeah.
Wasn't I?
Yeah, we talked basketball preseason. We're still just.
And then you were like,
He
we
never
should do this
asked
more
me on.
often. And then
He
you
had
were
me
like,
on
we
the
should do this more
football one
often.
once.
Will,
'cause
you
some
were
guy
on
can-
it just as many times as him.
Some guy canceled. Some guy canceled. Like, hey, I
No.
have absolutely nobody else. Can you please come
Dude.
on? I was gonna have
He
my
said
You
yes.
guys
dogs.
are such big time. I'm not trying to, get you guys. I'm not paying these guys. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I asked 32 people. They all say no. Will, can
I'm
you
not
please
trying to
help
insult
me?
you guys with
This
free
homeless guy I
labor
just
over
asked said he's
here.
busy. He can't do it. So I'm gonna have
Dude,
you
I-
come on.
You guys
Josh,
got basketball bets? You're welcome on right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
No, I have other obligations.
Okay. All right.
All right. We'll wrap it on that. Appreciate you guys. You guys are
Me
back
too.
tomorrow. I'm back Friday. Appreciate it. Pick it, sleeper. Enjoy the games. Good luck with all your plays. See you guys tomorrow.